Got ourselves Team 1 together with Athel with a Lego. We got ourselves Jayhawk as an arcade. Nalix got his homie custom Warlock. Looking beautiful. Look at this guy. Look at the wings. Oh my goodness. And a Griff over in the corner just chilling. Just literally kneeled down because I was like, yo, Griff goes last, dude. I don't care. Talon the team. We got ourselves Sham as well as Nemera. Double warrior on this team with Saya as a Retribution Paladin with Anthrax going to be first up versus Athaman. A bit of a clash as he just charges and immediately hunts him. I think he might have gotten them. No, he does have Hunt connect, but I thought that maybe he would have hodged him before the hunt landed. But these Anthrax is just going to go up in the air, barraging Atho, actually doing sizable bits of damage, avoiding a lot of Athaman's hammer bursts. Go, charging right in under the bridge into a quick stun metamorphosis to follow him. As Atha trying to see if he can bunker down a little, but breaking past the shield defender so quickly. Anthrax still got plenty of damage bubble out of Atha. Anthrax just sees her out of this situation. Got himself a blur. Main unit immunity does go to immune Athaman. As long as he can stun lock Atha or find a way to CC Atha, I think he'll be fine. Does get hit with the stun himself. Not a great situation, man. Wake of Ashes does get taken. That's a rough one. I don't remember exactly what he trinketed. He might have trinketed the initial Hammer of Justice. I don't think Atha even popped wings there, by the way. Wait, Atha might still have a full crusade ready to go. With Nemera going to be up next, charging in, reflect up, does not get to reflect the Hodge back to Atha, but it's going to match him with a shockwave right after. Blaze Storm to follow as Atha backing up out of there. Does not have a shield of vengeance for this one. Maybe a wall. Lay on hands really early if Nemera ends up picking up steam here a bit. Could slam past the Paladin very quickly, disarming him for just a quick second. Athaman walking away. Hodge onto Nemera as a hammer hanging over their head. Not shield of vengeance. Basically, their version of Shield of Vengeance. Dab by the Sword is available as they do get to wall the damage off. Atha has himself a Blessed Protection in case he needs to. He may be looking at it. Rage of Fear let out for Nemera. Oh, trying to go for a go versus Atha. But it does get you locked in one spot, huh? It really does get you locked in one spot, doesn't it? Atha, maybe looking at a Bob here. Nemera trying to maintain their health as best as possible. Got that pending victory a little bit early just to pick up a little bit of health. Reflect up as Atha with the Shield of Vengeance. Stun onto Atha, looking to escape. Maybe a Shadow Mill does end up reflecting, I think, the damage of the hammer. Is that what happened? Do you just reflect the damage of the big hammer hanging over your head? Does it reflect back at Atha, or do you just immune it? Stun onto Nemera, disarm onto Atha, kind of limited what he can do without a weapon. Actually kind of limited what he could do. Normally I just see a Wake of Ashes, Blessing of Protection. Nemera, I don't know if you have much for this one. Got to reflect, was able to go for impending, make sure which is still able to give you a heal, even if you cannot really connect with Athaman through that Blessing of Protection. Try to go for a stun, but a Blades of Justice from under the floorboards doesn't appear and pass the warrior with Holy Saya up next, trying to see if he can have himself a bit of a go versus Athos. He does end up using Crusade here really early. There really isn't much he can do right now. Saya walking in. Full cooldowns available. Atha does not have anything left right now. He's kind of limited. Unless he were to take that full crusade that he had and then take that momentum into Saya, I think that's the only chance he really had. Unless he just ends up kind of counter playing Saya. Dampening is still pretty low. Only 11%. It is starting to ramp up little by little. But maybe this still gives Athaman a chance here some way, somehow. It's a tough one. But possibly, there's maybe a small sliver of chance. Shield of Vengeance for both Pallies. Saya just trying to see if he can stay on top of Atha. Not really going anywhere. Does get blinded for just a second. Atha able to force him back to the other side of the arena for a moment. Finding him to cover behind the pillar. Not a lot of mana available for this Paladin, though. He's absolutely stretched thin. And there isn't much you can do. Maybe Human Racial to break out of a stun. I think it's just over. Yeah, Saya does end up collapsing on him. With Jayhawk charging next, Saya was able to save a lot of his cooldowns for the next competitor. Barely had to use up against anything versus Atha. And against Jayhawk Wizard, he probably needed every defensive available. Because last time Jay blasted the guy almost to dead, as Lay on Hands was able to help him barely recover. Does go for the intro. No, it's just over. Jay catches that quick interrupt and just drills down Saya into smithereens with Sham going to be up next. Root around the corner. Stun Totem does not quite connect to Jay as he got himself a Ring of Frost. Freezing the pets. All these wolves are frozen up. Sham is able to at least Almost avoid the freeze himself. Good knock for Jay. As long as he's got himself slows into Sham, I don't think there's a way for Sham to reconnect your roots. He got himself sprint to break out of those roots for a second, but still just get it slowed down with those frostbolts from Images. Blink out of Jay. If you have another stun or anything for Jay, this will be huge. Just get himself reversals as he goes in for a backwards blink. Still plenty of Images attack, and Sham don't really do that much damage, but the slow and the DR damage for Jay is pretty big. Polly trying to see if he can get himself a go. There's going to be juke for Sham. Does go underground for a moment just to dodge out of a poly of Jayhawk. I don't know if he's got himself. No, does not have himself grounding totem, which is what I was looking for a second. Ring of Fire is available. Sham blasted out, touching the magic, wallness damage, trying to see if he can maybe toughen up with a guardian overlapping on top of it. So that's the most amount of healing. Oh, what was this damage? What was that? What just happened? He just frost shocked him at the end. Is that what happened? Just frost shocked him. Just slapped him with a big old palm of his hand. That was a lot. Very quickly. That is enhanced Shaman though. That felt like he was at range. It felt like he was an elemental at that point, didn't it? Felt like he hit him from so far away. Nalix doesn't want to go over there. He sees the totem. He wants to give him a nice little bout, but he doesn't want to go over there. He's just emoting at the guy. Hold on a sec. Try to go for a knock. Nalix doesn't go anywhere. The Blaze Storm keeping him sturdy right now. As he's got himself full avatar, Sham might be in a lot of trouble. Heaps of trouble. Will not have a route to break away from Nalix at all. They're trying to sprint, but trinket out of Nalix, chopping him up. With Talrion, last one left. It's your time, man. It's your time, my guy. So you're giving Nalix at least an opportunity to go for a second win and heal up at the very bare minimum. For Tal, he's still got to go through a ton of players. He got to go through Nalix, Custom, as well as Griff. And it's going to be a tough matchup. Throwing in a Stormbolt at Nalix, but he's able to unmute it with a Blaze Storm. Parry up for Nalix really early as he got a bit of pressure, trying to see if he can stay super hyper aggressive versus Tal. And he might just be able to do it. Tal got himself a defensive. If for later, he's going in a bit of that battle stance. They'll break it out of the fear. Blaze Storm to follow. Nalix is getting chopped up, taking quite a bit of damage. No parry to stop this go. Trinket out Tell with a quick shockwave onto Nalix. Has him in a fairly close to the execute range into a disarm to steal his weapon away with Custom. At least given the opportunity by Tell to get himself a bit of a setup. That is a... The gate was up above, down below. What happened? Or did he mean to do that? Maybe he meant to do that, actually. For Tell, Demonology is a little bit of a tougher sell. A little bit of a tougher matchup. Don't worry, so we just go dance for the next week. Come on, man. Come on. so the rudest statement is the most like piercing statement ever. Yeah, he save his coordinates for the next dungeon or for the next arena. For the next week. Charge out for Tell. At least it was able to kind of sort of avoid some of these pets. Mortal, I think it was reflected back at Custom. I looked away for just a second. He is still surrounded by these pets. Are they empowered? They're not empowered by the Tyrant, but it's still quite a bit of damage. It's just clawing right to Tell. Unless he can find a way to escape these pets, there's just no easy way for him to get out. Shadowmill may help him break apart away from these pets for just a moment. Unless Custom walks on over him. No! He doesn't have anything to hit him with. Does find him. Took him a second until he kind of phased into line of sight so you can target the guy. Took him a second so Tell was getting a bit of that recovery. Maybe Tell could start trying to execute some of these demons. Like, they are bled up. He could maybe do some damage to them to kill him and maybe get himself an impending victory or two. I don't think that's the play, right? I don't think... Is it possible? Does that work? Tell still try to see if he can avoid these pets. Tyrant joining in, another Felguard behind him with the Obelisk also buffing up all these pets. Maybe if he can time it right, he can leap away into line of sight from all these pets. Mortal sent on Tell, does have his soul cleaved out of his body, will have a lot of his damage and healing reduced, trying to avoid these pets as best as possible. Second Axos to follow him, avoided a lot of damage from the Tyrant himself, but the Tyrant isn't really all that scary anymore. It is all these other pets empowered by the Tyrant that are really really tough to fight against. Tal is trying to see if he can focus on his pets a little bit, picking up a little bit of health too. That's going to be battle stance, trying to see if he can walk past or as Custom walking by him, dropping down a banner, fearing all these pets for just a second, looking for recovery himself. He needs some health right now. If he can avoid these pets for a moment, he might get some second wind healing. But I think someone's still hitting him Shadow Flame damage wise. Yeah, unless he can avoid Custom and the pets, that's a tough one. Stun around the corner, does go for the trinket. The big Doom Fiend blasting him down, blaring down his face, does go in for a quick stun. I don't know what Tell can do. Does himself reflect. Unless he got a heal, I think it's over, right? Barely any health. Oh, it's over. Can we get another one going? I kind of want to go on a Moz Boys. I have to pick it up too. Custom actually doing quite a number there as well. Yeah, we got to get another one going, man. We haven't been... What map have we not done yet? Oh, I actually have one. Let's do one more, chat. Let's do one more.